Welcome back to the Blue Review. Greg Bergman, the Big CY, the Blue Review, as always, presented by Los Angeles International Airport, where changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. Clinton Yates, you were at the ballpark last night. I got one question to start this off. Where is it? Is that the Grogu beanie? I need to see it.
Call this an unboxing.
Oh,
open it. I didn't even open it at the park.
Wow.
Forget that. Here's the hat. Okay.
Yeah, that's why
there were a lot of people with the hat. We should have workshopped that before the bit started. There were a lot of people with the Baby Grogu hat. It was Star Wars night at the park, and I'm not knocking anybody, but I thought there would be a little more. They had a nice little graphics package on Dodger Vision. There were some organ songs that were Star Wars-y, but I think that your Lakers, Gregory, kind of affected the proceedings. Not that many people outside of wearing the hat were really in any sort of costume. There was a lovely young lady, and I say that because she was hilarious on the Jumbotron, not because I ever met her, who was wearing a Chewbacca costume, who they then put up the graphic that said Wookiee of the Year. So that was about as good as we got on that. Right, exactly. Big dad joke energy, like.
Love it. Love it.
I got the hat. Whether or not I can open this bag is another discussion. But
maybe by the end you can do that.
Yes. More importantly, though, the Dodgers got the win, Greg.
The Dodgers did get the win, and it was a huge night from Julio Urias, who really needed a bounce back after having 3 games in a row where he gave up 2 home runs and lost his first time in his career losing 3 games in a row. You were at the park. What did you see differently from him in this start versus him in all of his other starts?
Okay, so I'm going to say this for all of those reviewers who sort of think that we're super duper experts or that this is a lot harder than it looks. Sometimes it just comes down to the basic concept of feel. And Julio Urias looks like he is 10 times more comfortable on the mound at home versus on the road than I think I've ever seen at this point in his career. There's something about the way that he moves about, not just with the pitch selection and what he throws, but like, I just feel that he is closer to the pitcher he wants to be when he's throwing at Dodger Stadium than when he's on the road. Now, I don't know the stats off the top of my head. I could be well off about this in terms of actual splits, but just looking with my eyeballs, as somebody that watched a lot of baseball, he just looks more comfortable with Chavez Ravine than he does anywhere else.
Well, I mean, you must be pretty smart at this because on the road, so Julio Urias is 4-3. On the road, he has an above 7 ERA and he's 1-3. At home, 1-2. At home, below 2 ERA, and he's 3-1. So there is that home road split that you're talking about.
Okay, the wins and losses I'm not even worried about, but the ERA matters. It has to do with the confidence of what he throws, and I think it has to do with how he trusts his teammates behind him, And if you're not trying to strike everybody out, typically you're going to be a better pitcher when you have stuff of his caliber. So he looked comfortable. The Phils, just are not hitting the ball well, and the Dodgers are manufacturing runs, Gregory.
Look at that. Look at that.
Let's go.
I love that. This is what we're talking about. We need to start at some point.
What text message you sent me in like the 5th inning?
So it was 8-1, and I go, by my count, I got 8 manufactured runs here. So
the MR stat is the stat that we love. The particular play that I liked the most, and you can tell me yours from last night, was when Mookie got up. I think it was like the 5th or the 6th. Hits what's an obvious sort of hustle double, makes a read from first, and just goes to third because old boy's just holding the ball. And Mookie's like, listen, here's what we're not going to do is stand around while you hold the ball. I'm going to go, and you can throw it, but you're not necessarily going to get me. That, to me, is what we want. That's the kind of read and react baseball that I grew up on and that I love. I thought it was a really good game. I thought it was the best game of the season, to be honest, offensively.
And you call that for base running Twitter, right? Is that what it is? Base running Twitter loves it?
A lot of different Twitters that are out there that I'm a member of the community. Community, but yes, no, that was base running Twitter 101 because I thought to myself, bro, go. And then he went, and I was like, oh, great. So that was my favorite moment of the game.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about Mookie is that he is such a smart base runner, and that's what you've seen so much from him over the time as a Dodgers, that he knows when to take that extra base, he knows when to not do, and that was the exact right time. So from my count, just to finish this off with a little manufactured versus home runs, I got 11 runs manufactured versus only 2 from the home run ball because Freddie Freeman hit one late. Gotta love it. Oh, and you got the beanie by the end.
Got it open. Sorry, I was listening to your count. Oh,
Oh,
look at your
that.
boy.
Oh, yeah. I love it. So did you happen to find an extra one somewhere, or is that the only one you got?
That's not the way, Greg.
All right. Well, Blue Review is the way. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Clinton Yates, Greg Bergman. Thank you to LAX.